Dear friends, good afternoon. Today, this video we are going to show the job ready to mark for the tongue and groove model. This is the job in my hand is cutting the material and filing and ready for to be marked in the marking gauge shown here. uh, this is a marking gauge, and this is the angle plate, and this is the surface plate. So we are to for marking. Our instructor will show how to mark and the remaining
Here
things.
we have the job, it is ready for marking. Okay, so we have prepared all three adjacent sides, narrow sides 1, 2 and 3, and plus 2 broader sides. Okay, so that is where we are going to do the marking on the broader sides, and the last side is not done, it's undone, it's not required, so we have not done that. We have done only the three adjacent sides. Okay, so here what happens, since we are filing on all the sides, a scrape will form on the edge, that is called as burr, and that can cut your skin while working. Okay, so there is a burr on the edges, all edges. You have to do what, you have to use a file and run over the edge. Okay, and remove that scrape. Okay, that burr you have to remove. This process is called as deburring. Deburr the job actually every time you file, just to avoid any cuts to your skin. Okay, it's called a deburring. Okay, so now we will apply the chalk. Okay, and uh, what you have to do, we have to just soak the chalk in water with the paste, form them as a paste, then apply on the surface. Okay, on the broader surface you have to apply on the broader surface, because we are going to do the marking on the broader surface. Okay, this is the broader surface, not the narrow surface. Don't put on the narrow surface, both the broader surface. So we spread the layer of the chalk. Okay, so now it is wet, so we have to just give some time to dry this. After drying only we can do the marking. This job is dried now, chalk is dried, and you can see the three adjacent sides. Okay, so these are actually very important, the three adjacent sides. This surface is true, so that is the zero index line that will go into the true surface. So we require a true surface. So for true surface we are using a surface plate. Okay, and this job should be always vertical, 90 degree to the ground. For that we are using a support called angle plate. It will help the job to stand vertical at 90 degree. Okay, and the last one is the vernier height gauge. Okay, so the graduation of the vernier height gauge is similar to what we have explained in vernier caliper. Okay, so it will have a main scale on this pole. Okay, here it will have the main scale. It will have two graduations, metric side, right hand side, and left hand side is the British standard. So inches, also we have two vernier scale. Left hand side is the British standard and right hand side is the metric. So we have to just focus on the metric side, that is the right hand side. Okay, so this part is called as vernier reading. Okay, so again we have 50 divisions. Those are divided into 10 numbers, 1 to 10, but actually they are 50 divisions. And we have scale least number, the smallest division on the main scale is 1 mm. So again if you divide 1 by 50 you will get 0.02. Okay, so the least count or the accuracy of the instrument is 0.02 mm. Okay, so here we have graduation. You can see 0, 1, 2, 3. We will have up to 30 centimeter, that is 300 mm. Okay, so we can measure or mark a job up to 300 mm. Okay, so here what we have to do, we are not marking but we are setting the dimension. We have to just set the dimension as per the diagram. Okay, all this dimension we have to transfer on the vernier scale, and then we have to just mark it on the our job. Okay, so all these dimensions, so we have to mark them separate two parts. Okay, they are actually two parts. We have to mark them as separately. Okay, the dimensions are very easy. Okay, so this part from here to here and here to here, it is mentioned as 15 and total is 30. So this part also is 15. So this is 15, this is 15. Again for this part also it is 15 and 15. Okay, and then we have 14. Then we have 20. The center part is 20 of both the parts. Okay, it is 20 mm, and at the other end it is 14. So 14 on both the ends and middle part is 20. So total will become 48. That is what the length shows. Okay, and here 15, 15, 15, total length will become 45. Okay, so you have to just memorize these dimensions. Okay, while marking and while also preparing the dimensions. Okay, so what we'll do, we'll hold the job. We'll hold the job on the surface plate. Okay, and very importantly, you can ground the job with only the three adjacent sides which you have prepared. The first one you can ground, we have prepared this accurately. Then the second adjacent one you can ground, and third adjacent you can ground the job. Okay, do not ground the job from the fourth one, the fourth side which you have prepared. Never ground it, but this is not done, undone side. Okay, so you have to just make sure you take the job from the proper sides. Okay, so we are going to set the dimension for the first line. Okay, so I will mark 14 mm. Okay, 14 mm. So what you have to do, you have to focus on the 0 index line from the vernier scale. Open this bolts. Okay, and take them down. Okay, always before you start, always calibrate, check the calibration. Okay, so you have to ground the scriber to the level of the tri-square and check for this zeros. Can you just focus on this 0? You can see 0 and 0 is coinciding. Okay, that means the instrument is calibrated. Okay, so it will not get any error from here. Okay, now we are setting this to 14 mm. So lift it. 14 is somewhere 1.4, and since it is very precise dimension, we cannot get it directly. Okay, so I've taken the 0 close to 14. Okay, so to do the precise dimension, I am going to lock, sir, just point on this. I'm going to lock this. Okay, there is a clamp that will lock this and it will not move. Okay, and it can be only moved by moving this adjustable. Okay, so now this is activated, we can adjust the scale. I've adjusted the dimension to 14 mm. This shows. You can see this 0 is exactly aligned with the 14 division on the main scale. Scriber. So what we can do, we can draw horizontal lines using the scriber. Okay, so I have drawn a horizontal line. Okay, can you see that line? So we have another 14. We have marked this 14 line. Okay, we have another 14 on from top. Okay, so if you think we can turn the job and mark 14, it will be wrong, because again we cannot ground the side which I have not done. Okay, so that will not do. In fact, we will just club the dimension now. The middle part is 20, so we have to add 20 to 14. So next line would be 34. Okay, this is set to 34. Okay, we will draw the next line which will go on top. Okay, and both the lines will be parallel. Okay, the first one was 14, second one was 34, so it will give us the dimension of 20. This 14 line is already drawn. Okay, 14 line, we got this dimension. Okay, the next was 34, so we got this 20 as well, this line. So we want the final one, top. So that will give us the 14, so it will be 48. Dimension. That is the 48 value. So we are going to draw the line. So that line will come on top, on the edge. Okay, on the edge it will come. It is, you can see the line. So you can see that line on the edge. Okay, that is because the material was of 50 mm and we have marked 48, so that 1 mm extra material is there. Okay, on the fourth side. This is the fourth side. Okay, so we have to prepare this side up to this line. Okay, so we are going to mark this same dimension on back side. Okay, this we have done on both the sides. Okay, so you can see the lines are done on both the sides. So we have completed this one side. We are going to mark from the adjacent side now. Okay, so actually the job will turn this way. Okay, and we are going to mark this dimension. Okay, so it is actually two parts. We have to separate them also, two parts, and the dimensions are very simple. 15, one line, the second line is 30, so the width of the job is 30. Okay, so both the pieces will be of 30 and the center line is 15. So we are going to set, we are going to hold the job this way now, vertical. Okay, and these lines will come this way now. Okay, so we are going to start with the 30 mm. You can see the dimension, we have set this to 30. Okay, so we will draw a line. Okay, from one side. So this we have marked as 30. Okay, actually this is one job. Okay, and we have to mark from other end. So here we are going to switch the sides and mark 30 from here. Okay, so that will be the second part. You can see we have marked 30 from both the ends. So same thing we have to repeat behind. 30, switch the side and mark 30. You can switch here because since we have prepared both the adjacent sides, they are true. Okay, so now we will change the dimension to 15 as we said. Okay, this is 15 now, 15 mm, and so what I'll do, I'll just mark at the center because this throughout line is not required. You have to just intersect these two sections, and this will be our groove job. Okay, the other end it will be a tongue. So I'll mark on the outer sides. Okay, even if you can draw a complete line, there is no problem. Okay, behind, when you do it in the same way, I'll just mark for the tongue. Okay, outer sides, and for the groove on the opposite side, and I'll just bisect the middle two lines. That's it. Okay, these dimensions we have transferred them accurately. Okay, exactly what we have on the sketches we have transferred to the job. Okay, so these lines we have to keep them permanent. See, these are just lines, okay, drawn by the scriber. It might disappear. Okay, so we are using a dot punch here and a ball peen hammer. Okay, for the purpose. What you have to do, we have to keep the tip of the dot punch over the line. For example, on this, in this, on on the line, okay, where the intersecting point, and you have to hit one strike, only one strike you have to give. Don't keep on hammering like this, okay, the wrong way. You have to just pick the intersecting points and you have to hit once. To hit one shot on the line, carefully on the line, and hit on the head. The line, hit on the head, okay. Here to do it, and then you have to complete this line, okay, by punching close dots, okay, till it forms a line.
Okay.
So we have completed on this one side, okay. So if you see the dotted points, okay, they are slightly outside the line, okay. It looks like on the line, but slightly they are favored outside the line, so that they doesn't remain after completing the job. After we finish the job, this edges will be clear, not with the dotted lines, okay. Slightly outside, not too much outside, slightly outside the line, okay. We are going to do this